The streetlights cast an orange glow on the empty sidewalks, painting a serene yet haunting picture of suburban tranquility. It was late, past midnight. The world seemed to be in a deep slumber, wrapped in the stillness of the night. An eerie silence hung in the air, broken only by the distant hum of a car engine, a reminder that life still existed somewhere beyond this quiet street. The houses stood like dark silhouettes against the night sky, their windows dark and lifeless, as if the very essence of life had been drained from them. Not a single soul stirred. The streets were deserted, devoid of any human presence, amplifying the sense of isolation. Even the crickets seemed to have fallen silent, their usual nighttime symphony replaced by an oppressive quiet. The gentle breeze rustled through the trees, creating ghostly whispers that sent shivers down your spine. The leaves danced in the wind, casting eerie shadows on the ground. It was a night like any other in suburban Maplewood, or so it seemed. The peace and quiet were almost too perfect, masking the underlying tension. Little did anyone know, something sinister lurked in the shadows. A presence that watched and waited, hidden in the darkness, ready to shatter the suburban silence. Inside her cozy living room, Lisa was engrossed in a book. The soft glow of the lamp beside her created a warm and inviting atmosphere, making her feel safe and comfortable. She loved these quiet moments, where she could escape into the world of her stories. The only light came from a small lamp beside her, casting dancing shadows on the walls. These shadows, though usually comforting, seemed to take on a life of their own tonight, moving in ways that made her uneasy. She was home alone tonight, her parents away on a trip. The house, usually filled with the sounds of her family, felt eerily silent. The ticking of the clock seemed louder, and the absence of her parents' voices made the silence almost deafening.
Sipping her hot chocolate, she tried to ignore the unsettling quiet of the house. The warmth of the drink was a small comfort, but it did little to calm her nerves. She missed the reassuring presence of her parents. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of leaves outside her window made her jump. The familiar sounds of the house now seemed foreign and threatening. She couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't truly alone. She wished she hadn't watched that scary movie before. The images from the film replayed in her mind, making her imagination run wild. Every noise seemed amplified, every shadow more sinister. Now, every shadow seemed to hold a lurking danger. She couldn't help but glance over her shoulder, half expecting to see something lurking in the darkness. The once cozy living room now felt like a place of hidden threats, and she longed for the morning light to chase away her fears.
Suddenly, a noise cut through the silence. Tap, tap, tap. It was a soft, rhythmic tapping coming from the front door. Lisa's heart skipped a beat. Who could be outside at this hour?
She slowly put down her book, her fingers trembling slightly. Hesitantly, she rose from the couch and crept towards the door. As she got closer, she thought she heard faint whispers coming from the other side.
The whispers grew louder as Lisa neared the door.
They were soft, unintelligible murmurs, like wind chimes rustling in the breeze.
But these whispers carried a chilling undertone, sending a wave of goosebumps down her arms.
Fear coiled in her stomach. What if it was someone dangerous? What if they were trying to trick her?
Lisa hesitated, her hand hovering over the doorknob. She had to see who was outside. Mustering all her courage, Lisa took a deep breath and swung open the door. Her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing in her ears as she braced herself for what might be on the other side. But there was no one there. The night was eerily silent, the only sound being the soft rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. The porch was empty, illuminated only by the dim glow of the porch light. Shadows danced on the edges of the light, creating an unsettling atmosphere.
Confusion washed over her. She had been so sure she heard something, a whisper or a faint knock. Had she imagined the whispers? Doubt began to creep in, making her question her own senses and sanity.
Then, she noticed something out of the corner of her eye. A fleeting movement that sent a shiver down her spine. A tall, shadowy figure darted past the living room window. It moved so quickly that she almost doubted she had seen it at all. It moved with an unnatural fluidity, disappearing into the darkness before she could get a clear look. The figure seemed to melt into the night, leaving her standing there, frozen in fear and uncertainty. Panic surged through Lisa. She slammed the door shut and fumbled for the lock, her hands shaking uncontrollably. She was no longer alone. Whatever it was toying with her, lurking just beyond her sight.
Suddenly, the whispers returned, this time inside the house.
The room grew noticeably colder, and Lisa could feel a presence behind her, cold and menacing.
She had made a terrible mistake opening the door.
Now it was inside.
Now it was inside.